My name is Andrew Hoffman. This is the Doctor of Self-Worth. I'm so happy to be here with you because this is the time for you to shift your heart and shift your results. And let me celebrate you for being here. The program is taking you probably the best approaches, and you are in the best hands of specialists and professionals. And the reason why I'm excited to present this today, because this is about my life, my own journey from the head, heart, and every slide has my experience attached to it, and sometimes not the best one. So I want to accelerate you so you're not wasting that much time and energy that I did myself. And as long as you have the right tools that work and make sure they work, you are in the right place and you are on the right track. It wasn't the case for me. And what started me on this self-worth or heart activation journey was my wife asked me 6 years ago, living in Australia, working 15-hour days, I hated myself, is it time for a divorce? So he came from the blue sky and I was devastated. I thought I wasted my life. I've been working to not be like my dad for the last 20 years. And here I am, disconnected from my children, from my wife, trouble with my health, and now I'm losing everything. So what has shifted since is a new life, the Doctor of Self-Worth. I'll talk about that a bit later, but a bit about me before I jump into the content. So my story has been a struggle, not from the beginning, because I was born like everyone else, a happy chappy. And a few years old, I must have decided living with my dad, who had serious mental troubles, I would say, emotional and mental struggles of anxiety, stress, anger, blaming other people, has caused me to believe that I'm not good enough. It caused me to believe I'm unworthy of his love, and I basically don't deserve things. And I started to live my life from death patterns. And it was a struggle. I did everything I could. I became a type A personality, quite egoistic. I started to deliver amazing results, running marathons. I became a national champion in basketball at age 12 with the team, long distance swimming, craziness. And to be honest, it didn't work. I knew I had troubles and struggles, and I didn't know how to resolve it. So the next 30 years has become this endless journey of finding out who I am and what I'm about. And you might see on the screen, I moved 3 countries in search for answers, searching for me, traveled 75. I was seeing spiritual gurus to tell me what's wrong with me, because the unworthiness, the not good enough patterns were killing me. And looking for the answers outside has not been successful, as you can probably tell. But what did I try? I just want to run through a few things. So apart from moving countries, I was doing volunteering because I thought then I feel more worthy. Corporate career where I wasn't picked to be promoted. Professional sports career, I failed there as well. That I was aiming to become rich. I started to do trading as a profession, which was, well, let's say not successful. I wasn't earning money. And then I decided, oh, I'll go spiritual to avoid this all. And that hasn't worked either. I was seeing psychologists, I was reading books, I was going to Anthony Robbins seminars, working on fire, past life regression, anything under the sun. And then I launched into network marketing. I thought, this is the thing, this is where I will be free. You know what? I spent over $100,000 on things that did not resolve my heart activation and did not resolve my struggles. And the time when this question came from my wife was when basically I worked 12 hours and 3 hours working my home business to break out of the 12-hour job. So I was stuck. I was stuck as never before. And I don't want you to spend your life being stuck. I don't want you to get to the point where things are about to collapse. And here's my little family. They are now, we traveled around because the Doctor of Self-Worth came out of this struggle and finding myself. And eventually, I started to help people. And ever since I've been helping people either in groups or individuals to shift their heart, shift their mind, to then launch themselves into a new life potential and fun. And obviously, it's been a journey of freedom, especially in the last few years. We lived in Australia for 10 years. And as I was moving my family last year, looking at Europe, we traveled for 6 months. For 6 months with my 2 children and my wife to explore and show them around Europe so we can do our research and really pick a place, not by internet research. So I'm excited for you to be here and have some time with me, because the Doctor of Self-Worth has worked out some shortcuts, some tools that could help you really unlock your potential the fastest possible way and have your heart activated. I'll launch myself into my little content. I wanted to share with you a few concepts that could shift you the fastest possible way. But just to look at this, and it might be very uncomfortable. It was very uncomfortable for me to see this. Your current results are reflections of your mindset or strategies, and also maybe the lack of heart activation. And the reason why I'm telling you this, because you need to start to read what's working, what's not working, and the unlocking the new heart-centered version of you on a mission, I believe, is why we are here today. And I really want to put this out there that your destination is heart activation and the strategy that creates the results that you're looking for. Well, I want to help you to find out what are the stages to heart activation or living on purpose. And I found out with working hundreds and hundreds of people that there is a few steps to get to where you want to go. And you can tell I'm a paragliding pilot, but the 3 stages I have found, I believe that's not where you start at the freedom. You really start at sort of this unconscious place where I was for most of my life. It is the patterns of feeling I'm unlucky, I can't accomplish this, I'm not worth it, or I haven't got enough time, haven't got enough money, my wants don't matter, anger, sadness, fear, hurt. You could carry all of these things and you won't be able to. Life will be a struggle. And the next one, which I help people to sort of shift to, is best version. When things started to flow, then you have more and more space, more and more emotional freedom to actually do your work. But what's most important is at the place of best version, you will see your purpose. You unlock, you'll be able to lock on to who you are, what you want, and create the results that you wish or would love, that like a life that you love to live. That's a heart activated person on purpose for me. So these are the stages that I take people through, and I think it's really exciting when they start to happen, because I got a lot of messages out of every day, and I see magic happening to people once they move through these stages. The next thing I wanted to share with you is this human mind that you have got. And it's going to sound funny. I've got a camera metaphor here, because you are given this wonderful device for your earthly journey, and it records everything from the day you were born, or even before, like emotions, events, information, people, and this human mind was given to you so you can really thrive. And most people have this Ferrari, and the Ferrari is either in first gear or they don't even have the key. And this mind is not driving their life towards the results that they want. It's a multi-sensory device. It's been recording everything. And the problem is, probably the things that you recorded, if you repeat that, you will recreate your old life. And probably that's not what you're here for. And I wanted to share with you what really drives your mind and what drives your results is what you have picked up along the way. And, you know, these are beliefs, and most of them are coming from below the age of 12. Emotions and emotional patterns that people were kind of displaying or indulging in self values, stories that you've been telling yourself or others been telling you when you were young, experiences, decisions, and attitudes. And if you allow the old version of you or what you brought from the past to run your life, run your example, run your decisions, probably you will end up recreating, repeating things that you had enough of. So what I'm challenging you to do is to really find someone who could look and spot your blind spots, because that was a massive one for me, to have someone along so I'm not tricking myself anymore. Because remember, whenever you attend seminars, which I did, you attend it with the old filters in front of your eyes. So the victim self is still attending that seminar. It's not you, the true, authentic version. So how does the mind work? We wanted to show you there's a reticular activating system. And what it does, just want to really simplify this, it's focusing on certain things, and then it's searching for them. And what it's searching will be bringing it forth. And most of the time for people, this is fully unconscious. We kind of know what we have or who we are. It's so natural. But I can tell you, if you have these not good enough patterns or not worthy patterns, or you have sadness because that was the thing in your family, proving yourself for self-pity, and then carrying stress or creating stress, shall I go on? Then that's what you create most of. And you have more and more and more, because that's what you are focusing on. If that's what you are focusing on, you will attract experiences and people who will have you experience more and more stress and things we probably don't want. So I have an example from here. It's like the mind is no different from exactly like Google. Like, how do you experience the internet? It's a massive thing with millions of websites, but the way you experience it is through the couple of hundred websites that you use. Now, that's less than 1% of the internet, right? Now, that's exactly how you live your life, and probably your business as well. Like, you must have heard this, there's infinite potential. Infinite potential is there for you. If you don't seem to get the results that you want, it's you are limiting yourself with almost a VR goggle, where you're blocking out abundance, you're blocking out appreciation or recognition or whatever is missing now. Well, it's time to change that. And why I'm here for is, this is when I called in, is to do an audit, to actually find what serves you and chuck everything out. And then you will see things changing in your vision. The next concept I wanted to share with you is emotions. And you might experience a whole spectrum of them, from the positive to the negative. And I often meet people who are on a roller coaster ride. You know, the negative ones create an emotional rabbit hole. They can't get out of it. And then the positive ones, they're all happy. But the roller coaster ride never stops. Well, this is energy emotion. Remember, it creates a field around you. Again, you attract more of what you are or who you are or what you're emitting. So imagine and catch yourself now. Just wait, take a deep breath in, and ask yourself, what are you reacting to? Because that's the key. What are your triggers? You see, we can find them, and if we can find those triggers, we can either neutralize them or switch them off, and then you'll be back in the present. More opportunities you will see, and more of you stepping into leadership and really capitalizing on those chances and opportunities that showed up for you. Well, I've had the worst experience of my life, the worst example, my dad, who did not survive his emotional and mindset struggles. Unfortunately, he died early because he didn't know he was beyond help. My dad never taken responsibility for his emotional problems, and unfortunately, it has taken him to the level where there were 4 diseases that he could not resolve. The first one was the non-Hodgkin lymphoma, then the muscle atrophy. This is in 20 years, and he never actually had the ego or the lack of ego to seek psychological help. He wanted to do on his own, He was angry at the doctors that they didn't fix him. And then came a stroke. And unfortunately, about 10 years ago, he already died. So I've really seen how not to run a business, how not to live a life of passion and fun and freedom. So it could cost your health. Now, another small exercise I wanted to do with you, let's look at now more so the mind, because the mind does create serious problems. And your thoughts and the emotions you feel are not you. Like, I really want you to get this, separate you from it if I need to, because if they do not serve you, that does not mean that's you. And the idea of awareness is a separation from whatever is going on in your head or however you feel yourself. And that's the work I help people through. And of course, congruency to me means that your internal resources are available to move forward, prepare yourself toward your goals. This is key because conscious mind, unconscious mind, heart aligned. You will be surprised how easy you will make progress towards your goals. Because in this human mind, problems, or you're looking for them, guess what? You're going to find more and more and more. It's probably that's not the way you want to go. It's not thriving, it's going down for anxiety and more problems to solve. And again, stop for 1 second, take a deep breath in. What is the common theme? What is the common theme going on through your head daily? What are those repeating negative thoughts? Take a note right now, because you need specificity to shift you. You need to know what's going on. And again, what area are you avoiding in your life? Because that's where the breakthrough will be. Because I've done hundreds and hundreds of breakthroughs with people, and I can tell you that one thing in your relationship with your dad not working, or not receiving love, appreciation, or love getting stuck, that means the flow of receiving and giving is frozen. And that means probably you're not receiving money. I've seen so many cases where we've been able to resolving love and connection relationships, and now money just has to show up. Or is it health? Is it business? Is it negotiations? And think of this like, if we were able to shift it, and we can, then that's where the breakthrough is, and it will expand to every area of life. And that's what I want for you, because at the deepest level, everything is connected. And there's a couple of big patterns. I say limitations or trauma keep people stuck. Another one, are you in the right environment? Because if you are not, probably you are held back by the people around you. And there's a natural tendency for most of us to connect and attract people that are like us. Well, if you have problems, either emotional or mental, then obviously you will have pretty much mirror type people around you. Well, they're going to reflect back their level of opportunities, the level where they play the game. Well, I'm challenging you right now. You've got to play up. You've got to look for a different environment if you want to play a better game. You want to play a higher game. So that's on you. And it will be, I can tell you, this will be uncomfortable, especially in the beginning, but it's a massive factor in shifting you towards more heart-centered, more on purpose. The next one I wanted to share with you is, are you able to ask for help? This is a bit of a rhetorical question. I know it's ridiculous, but yes, you are. We know that. You can ask for help, and I say you must ask for help. I wasted 30 years on my own trying to resolve all of these issues that I had, and you know what? I wasted $100,000. I wasted a lot of time. I wasted a lot of relationship, a lot of money, lost investments. I don't even want to tell you the whole list. But if you are on this summit, will you ask for help? Please do so, and don't wait. You've got the best professionals around, and use them to your advantage, and pick someone you could follow through with. The next one is, I know we got a limited time, so have you got any questions? Because if you have, I want you to not wait. to drop them either through my website or send me an email at andre@drselfworth.com, because I want you to fill in the details probably that I could not cover here. I wanted to show you just a few feedbacks before I kind of tell you what I've got for you. Here is Christopher I worked with, and he says he's like a plumber for the mind, unblocks pathways that lie dormant and helps free the mind from innovation. And then he sees people's potential and thrives and restoring it. So that's quite exciting. I have hundreds and hundreds of these, and you can easily find them on my YouTube, on my LinkedIn page, on my Facebook page, or on Google. This is the next one from Evelyn Clark from Australia. I first met Andre, shocked how clearly he saw through my barriers, beliefs, and blocks. It was like looking into a mirror. The mirror told back to me, but it wasn't the real issue that she came back to with me. We went straight into the deeper issue, which was the root cause of those bad decisions that she made. And she's become a new version of herself, more and more heart-centered. There's a third short one. It's Ismet from London, and he says conversations with me, guidance-based intuitive listening is nothing short of spectacular, because I love to pinpoint and dissolve behaviors, feelings that are maybe holding you back. So what I've got for you, this is the most exciting part, is that I have your heart activation gifts that bring you new results. And of course, as you may have, trauma causes. Trauma means limitations that you have taken on for some reason or from someone else earlier in life is holding you back to really have that heart opening up, because that does close the mind. Pressure closes the mind, and that certainly has happened to me. So it's your identity, who you are, and it's connected to self-worth is what drives the results that you're getting. So what if we could change your past? Well, we can't change it, but we can change how you relate to the past. And so it's not holding you back anymore, but eventually it's propelling forward. It's a 180-degree shift. Now, what I have here for you is a free gift. It's my ebook. It's called How to Discover Your Authentic Self Faster Than You Ever Dreamed Possible. And you can access it on my website on the resources page. And you know, changing minds and changing lives, that's what I'm about. But it's really about opening the heart. And I was asked, you know, why should you read this? Because this book unlocks the path to discovering your true potential and creating a life you love to live. And of course, you having doubts about your true power, what you can create. You feel inside that you deserve more. But this is the book for you, where I take you on a journey to unlocking your true potential with exercises, questions you never asked yourself, so you can tap into your authentic self to create that life that you want to live. The next one, I was told, you know, give generously here. Well, I'm happy to do that. I said, well, I will give you guys a whole day where I will take through 8 people. So it's limited to 8 people, a one-on-one, quick, rapid heart activation session. What it's about is spending time with me one-on-one for a good 1 hour, which is never a good 1 hour because I always give more, but it's taking time to hear your story and reconnecting you to the new heart-centered version of you. What are we going to do? We accelerate you towards that new self. I want to know the gap, where you are now, where do you want to go, and what seems to be missing. What is that is not yet available for you? And it's normally, yes, it's the heart-centered living, the entrepreneur in you. I loved spending some time with you. Ask yourself right now, what have you learned? Because what you've learned is important. Take a note. It was wonderful to be here. And you know what? Keep going on. Find the best tools and find the best strategies and the best practitioners to help you, because here you are at your heart activation transformation. Thank you very much. See you soon.